Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn a new concept from section C, inheritance. And here I have listed the subtopics present in inheritance. So first of all, we are going to learn what is inheritance. Inheritance is a word which is derived from the subject biology. In biology, you may know inheritance, that is, by default, the children may inherit generic characteristics from their parents, and their parents may inherit the characteristics from their own parents. So it is keep on inheriting features or properties from one human being to another human being. This is applicable in all the biological creatures. The same concept is used in programming also. So in Java we are going to learn inheritance. It is a technique by which a class acquires the properties and features from another class. The class get inherited by another class is called base class, otherwise called as parent class or superclass, and the class that inherits a base is known as derived class or child class, otherwise called as subclass. Okay, so while writing a program for implementing inheritance, you have to use a keyword extends. So this extends is a keyword which is used to inherit features from a base class into a derived class. Now look at this example program. Class A is having some instance variables and member methods, and class B extends A, which means that A is a superclass and B is a subclass or derived class, which is extracting features from class A. Okay, and this is an example program. Trace the program as you are a good learner. Yes, we learned many concepts in Java program. Try to trace the program and give me the output of this. Why do we need inheritance? So we learned what is inheritance, but before learning any topic, we should always know what is the need for inheritance. We need inheritance to increase the capability of inheriting features and the transitive relationship. You may take it to various levels. Okay, you may take the features, inherit the features to various levels. And reusability, the important feature of inheritance is you can reuse the methods and variables in many places wherever you require with the help of inheritance. And one another important concept you should know while using inheritance is visibility modes. You are actually accessing member functions and variables from base class to derived class. Here you have to concentrate on the types of data. There are three different visibility modes we learnt in grade 11: private, public and protected. Okay, so if your derived base class is having some private data members as given in this image, see here, class ABC, which was inherited by XYZ, and this class is having private int A. If keep it in mind, you can't, that is the derived class can't inherit the private data members of a base class. Okay, because private in the sense it is private to, specific to that their own class. ABC class alone can use private data members. Okay, so in that situation, how to access private data member is with the help of these getter and setter method, you can access the private data members. Okay, this is what explained here. And similarly, there is a private member function square in base class, and this should be used by the derived class. Again, with the help of getter and setter method, you can access that private data members. So the point here to note is, if a base class is having any private member variable or member function, the derived class can't access it directly. Instead, it may use the help of getter and setter method. Okay, this is the point actually. And see one more visibility mode called protected. So protected in the sense, any data member or member function which is declared with protected is accessible it by the base class and also derived class. Okay, only to the derived class can access the protected data members. So protected is specially designed for inheritance concept. And public, so public, if you declare a variable with public, any class can access the public data member. Okay, it is open to all. So there's some facts about inheritance. Keep it in mind, always only one superclass is allowed in Java, and superclass constructor. There is a concept called constructor we learnt in grade 11, and this constructor, superclass constructor, can't be accessed by the derived class. So if the derived class want to access superclass constructor, it should use the special keyword called super. And as said earlier, accessing private members is not allowed in Java. Okay, anyhow we can achieve it with the help of getter and setter method. And the second subtopic is types of inheritance. There are 5 different types of inheritance: single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, hybrid inheritance. See the diagram. Single inheritance, so you will have only one base class and then one derived class. This is what called as single inheritance. Multiple inheritance, 2 base classes and the derived class which is inheriting features from 2 different base class, but this is not allowed in Java. Anyhow, the same concept can be achieved using another concept called interface. So next to inheritance we will learn interface. So during that time I will explain you how multiple inheritance can be explained using or can be implemented using interface concept. And multi-level in the sense base class is derived by derived class 1 again. Now derived class 1 will be further derived by derived class 2. Okay, inherited by derived class 2. This is what called as multi-level inheritance. And hierarchical inheritance, many subclasses for a single base class. This is what called as hierarchical inheritance. So this is same as is a relationship. Person is a teacher. Person, for example, imagine person is a base class. So the person may be a teacher, may be a father, may be a worker in any company. So likewise, the same base class can be inherited by different subclasses. This is what called as hierarchical inheritance. And hybrid inheritance, if you use more than one flavor of, for example, multi-level and hierarchical in the same class, same program, then it is called as hybrid inheritance. So that's all, Naveen, for this session. Next session we will learn what is method overriding and what is the role of inheritance in method overriding, and also what is abstract class, and one more concept, we have to execute all the programs in BlueJ environment and superclass constructor. So these 3 things we will discuss in next session. Bye.